viewers, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, we're here to bring you the very best. It is trending online. The reason why the Fulanis and the Northern Kabas are so powerful, intimidating the Igbo'S and the Biafran evangelists. Neither do I know that the Nigerian constitution backs the Northern people. This is trending online. I would like you to help us throw more light on this. How did the Nigerian constitution back up the Fulanis and the Fulani and the Northern Caliphates?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending your time zone. Now, remember, humble servant and the only Biafran evangelist. My beloved brother, there are things you are taking me back to history. I want to give you in a brief. I do tell people one thing, and that is why you see many, and especially my own people, the Easterners now are mainly doubting the kind of a religion that the Igbo brought to us called Christianity. I must be honest, as an evangelist, I go out, I know what they do, I know what they say, I know the kind of response, they used to throw at me. Because how can, I don't know if you have heard about Ekumeku War. Ekumeku War is all about the Biafrans, the Igbo'S, and the whites when they first came to Nigeria. We give it to them, woto. We fought to the war for over 30, let's say 30 to 31 years in the war. That is Ekumeku War. Which means, yes,
30 years.
31 years.
Okay.
Are you hearing me? Do your findings. Ekumeku War. So it was too difficult and it was very hard on the British, on the whites. It fell on them so hardly. You understand? So you see the hatred, because many people are asking, why is it that we that accept Christianity, that these people want to go instead of relating with us or handing over power to us? They gave it to the people that rejected their religion. I will give you. That's why I started like this. The torture of the Igbo'S to the whites is the anger, and that is the enmity between the Biafrans and the British. Are you hearing me? You see why? Because during the war and how the war ended, the Ekumeku War ended, they came with the peace. Because they saw that they cannot conquer us. And the only way to relate and to conquer us was to come with a religion.
Biafrans.
Yes, the Biafrans. And that religion is the Christian religion. You get the point now? And you and I know vividly well our way of worshiping or reaching to Chukwu Okike Abiama, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So they now came with that pattern and that portion in the name of religion, Christian, to introduce to us the clearer way, just like our case is like the case of Abraham. Abraham did not come from the foundation of Christianity. He came from the foundation of idol worshiping, but believing that he was communicating to the original God, the creator, until when the Lord said to him, you understand, leave your father's house, Genesis chapter 12. It was there, and then God began to relate with him directly, make him to understand that those things that he was believing that is the source is not the actual way of God, that he remained the only one. You get the point now? So when they now came with this religion issue, and that was how they entered the Biafrans. And that was how the Biafrans surrendered everything with them and embraced the religion called Christianity. You get the point now? But when they wanted to go, I will tell you this. You see this your color. They are afraid of it. The white is afraid of black because you are stronger than them. That is number one. They confirmed it. They came and they confirmed it. Two, they believe that you are more knowledgeable than them. That's why they are scared of the black. And that is why they are bringing racists. Because they know that you are wiser than them. And you are more physical than them. And you are stronger than them. You get the point? You see why when they want to go, they went around within the geopolitical zones in Nigeria, and they found out that the people that can be easily controlled and ruled We are the Fulanis. Remember, they were strangers. And you know, a stranger in a place always find alternative of standing to stand firm. You understand? So when they now saw that these people are they are struggling, they will be happy to, to gain ground and align with them, and at the same time, royal with them. So they decided to hand over power to them instead of handing it to the original people. One, who are the main people of the country. Two, who are the people of what that accepted their own religion. They prefer giving it to the opposition, because opposition, according to them, will be where what
Manipulated.
manipulated and easily controlled and ruled by them. And that is what is happening. Because they are total stranger. They came to Nigeria in 1804. And whereas we have already fought a war
Before they came.
before the Fulani came to Nigeria, a Kumeku war have taken place. You get the point? So it's not today that we have been, fighting. So you see, and just try to start from history to lighten us up a little. You see why? When they came to Nigeria, remember, they succeeded 100% in the north. Remember, if I begin to go back again, they fought the war, they conquered the Fulanis in 1819. Why the Fulanis conquered the Hausas in 1815. You get it now? It's too big. In fact, it's the history. If I should start, we are not living today. I'll just give you a brief. You see how they started. And they gave them the power because they surrendered immensely under their constitution. Remember, the first constitution that took place in Nigeria was Clifford Constitution, 1922. 7 years of that constitution, there was a riot from the Biafra land against the constitution. About women riot, 1929. You get this? So if you watch, you will see that from the onset, Biafrans have been the one fighting this Igbo'S, fighting all this their constitution. We have been the one debunking it, challenging it, contending with it, because we are not comfortable with it. You get my point? So, and that now triggers them. When they came, finally, they succeeded in the north. At all, they failed in the east. They failed woefully because we failed to comply. Then in the west, they succeeded 70, 60, 70, because as at that time, they have some elites in the west too, who oppose, who understand, and who reason like us, the Biafrans, who then oppose and encounter them. You see why they did not succeed 100% too in the west here. So that's why when they want to go, the people that are much royal to them, we are the Fulanis. Because those ones know that they are stranger and they need something to hold on in order to stand firm in a strange land. You see why they now collected the power under a submission to Lord Lugard. You understand? The Oyibo. That was how they tell you they are born to rule. And now, coming to the constitution of Nigeria. Nigeria is an Islamic, I've said it before. Now, Nigeria of a truth is an Islamic nation based on the constitution. Based on what? On Nigerian constitution. Nigerian constitution was written based on Islamic ideology and mentality. And it was funded and founded and established with a stamp. It is an Islamic. You see why they are telling you Igbo'S are the problem of Nigeria? Because the Igbo'S they are talking about, because we are the Christian. The Biafrans are the Christian, and they are the one that always stand to oppose the ideology of Islamists in Nigeria, even up to this very moment. That's why they always come. This one will come. Igbo'S are problem. Igbo. In which way? Who is more Nigerian than Igbo man? It's only Igbo man you will see that in Kaduna. Please travel to Biafra land. How many go to Yorubas and the Fulani? How many of their companies and their buildings and investments in the east? Can you name? But only Lagos alone. You know how many Igbos that have a lot of investment here? Go to Kaduna. Go to not the middle belt. That is to tell you, we are the Biafrans are the one who have that mindset of one Nigeria, but before others. But others did not see us like that. So now that's why we want to go in continuity based on the question, because I'm pointing out some, instances and reasons. Back to the question again. In the constitution of Nigeria, my brother, Islam, Sharia, and Muslim was mentioned in Nigerian constitution. There was no place regarding or carry any, no paragraph carry anything regarding to Christians. I will mention it because I would like you to go back to your constitution and check and do the findings of what I am saying to know if I am right or wrong, so that by tomorrow we now know who is speaking the truth. In Nigerian constitution, it comprises 78 Sharia written in Nigerian constitution. Sharia law, Sharia was mentioned 78 times in Nigerian constitution. Islam was mentioned 28 times in Nigerian constitution. Muslim was mentioned 10 good times in Nigerian constitution. No place was Christian being mentioned. You see why the Fulani man that said that is calling the Christians infidel is telling you that he's not regretting it, and he will continue to say it over and over, that the Christians are infidel. And if you don't believe in Muslim tickets, you pack your things and leave. Then me and him, who's supposed to pack and go? A stranger is now telling me to pack and go, and I don't blame him. It's not his fault. I blame the Awusas, because you can see today, them and Awusa now, they are no longer in good time because of their attitude. Okay? So you see why he said what he said, and he's still standing. But there is something which I'm still expecting from so-called Nigerian government.
Okay.
If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu can say something in London, in UK, you say it's against Nigeria, of which you do not even have Nigerian law to back your judgment against Kanu. Yet you sentence Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Tinubu or Motosho, send him to Secretary Prison. This man is in Nigeria making this kind of statement. I'm expecting Nigeria by now to react, the government to react regarding to this. This man is supposed to be behind the bar, but nothing happened. And no response. Government, even the presidential, whatsoever they call themselves, have not said anything regarding to this. Nigeria is an Islamic nation, and that is why the Christians has to live separate from Nigeria. So let the Nigeria be in the north. Let the Nigeria, whether they are west, they accept, so be it. But as for us, the Biafrans, we are Christians and nothing. And I cannot trade my faith with anything.
What's the Biafran evangelist as usual super analysis? Now, I would like to ask a question. Do you think that if the Igbo'S accept Islam, do you think the marginalization will end?
You ask a very sensitive question, and I must be somehow technically answer you. Can you wash pig and expect that pig
To remain clean?
to remain clean? Now, I come again. I want to throw a word. A Fulani man is a Fulani man. A jihadist is a jihadist. The Yorubas that have accepted Islam, how is their relationship? in that Islam belief. Are you aware, except you don't want to tell yourself the truth, are you aware that the Fulanis did not even believe in the Yoruba Islamic faith? They did not believe. They are not even seeing them as Muslim. They don't, when they are talking about Muslim, they don't even count Yoruba Muslim as real Muslim. They still see them as these ones are not Muslim, they are just pretending. They are seeing them as what? Pretenders. They are playing hanky panky. So tell me, how can we, the Biafrans, if we accept Islam and expect these people to not believe when they know that from the onset it's not in our blood? How possible do you think you can convince them if you accept Islam? Or they will not believe you, say you are real Islam. At least you can go to Yoruba. If you go to the foundation of most of them, including their pastors, Yoruba pastors, Tunde Bakari and Co., their foundation, their origin, their forefathers are what? Are Muslim. Do you understand? But you cannot get that in Eastern region. You get my point? You can't get such in the East. So, having said this, yet these people still deny them of being a concrete Islam. So is it the Biafrans that they will not accept as a real Muslim if they should accept Islam? So where am I heading to? Whatsoever you see them telling you we are for the Biafran to accept Islam, it's a kangaroo statement. It's not real and it can never be pure. For the killings that have been going on in Nigeria, he said that they should ask Nigerian government because they are the one responsible for the killing of his own brothers in the East. And you and I know vividly well. It was day before yesterday, Peter Mba, the governor of Enugu State, stated it clearly. He came openly and threw it that they should clear away from the bush or from the forest, that anybody that see on the forest this time around, anything you see, you take it. Meaning that even and so somebody, these people are still going to, ambushing people on daily basis from the forest. Yes, I'm talking about Pitamba. And the Pitamba was the one who said he had 50 evidence against Simon Ekpa. And now the time has come. Oh, yeah, come and present your evidence. Nowhere to be found. No concrete one. Because the game is still playing over and over again. So unless Babi has visited Nigeria, you remember, he was in Nigeria some time ago. He viewed and he experienced and he confirmed. So definitely, this matter, from here we will now know the level and the capacity, the strength of the Finnish government and Alexandra Stubb. Despite the fact that he's playing a hanky-panky and a partnering with the criminal government in Nigeria. But now, we will know because all iron and that baby, that young man is smoking fire. Yeah, the man is talking. And he in fact, he's doing the job well as a journalist. Because he came, he witnessed, he saw. So nothing like somebody coming to feed him or give him a wrong information. He's speaking according to his life experience. Do you know that he was threatened here in Nigeria over his findings and over his cameras and co, which led him even to depart from Nigeria before the time he was supposed to. As a result of what? Threats. So what the young man is saying is the pure truth. So this case we expose because if Simon Ekpa is the one killing his people, I believe the killing would have stopped. But why is the killing increasing even to this very date? Why is the governors coming out now, challenging all these Fulanis? And where did they come from? Are they not from north? You know the kilometers, the distance between the east and the north. But they are coming to the point of entering Aba. Entering Enugu on there, we pass through Benue. You get it now? Enugu now is you pass through Benue. But to enter, if you say on my head, I will say through Imo State, Hope or the Ojo. They will use Imo State because Imo State and Umuahia, they have a little boundary. It's just a little stream. You can use Paco to cross it. You understand? After Mbise, Obowu. Exactly. Obo, when you go to Obowu, Obowu, see Obowu, see Umuahia. You understand? But to get into Aba, Abagogo, Aba is very far from Umuahia. Though it's the same state, but it's very far from Umuahia. So getting to it, so the distance is long. So definitely they know what they're doing. So and that Babi knows what he's saying. So through this, we will now actually know what is going on in Biafra land. And Abacha, I quote again. Before he died, there was a statement he said that any insurgency that lasted more than 24 hours, that the government should be questioned. So Nigerian government is responsible for this.